Tantra isn't about positions, and it's not about having the 8-year orgasm.
It's all about sex, but nothing about sex at the same time.
I'm a very conservative guy. When I first heard about Tantra, I had all these different misconceptions about it, about what it was, about what it wasn't. And I had a lesson with Charu. It was given to me as a gift by my girlfriend, and I instantly fell in love with it.
So one of the things that people often think is that Tantra is all about sex, and nothing could be further from the truth, really. Actually, Tantra is a path of meditation, and what sets it apart from other paths of meditation is that it's not about transcending the body, it's actually about using the body and using the senses as a means to have a more intimate connection with yourself and with life.
So I've done many years of personal development, self-discovery work, and all of it was really up here. You know, it was all about looking at my thoughts, my self-limiting beliefs, and I'm really great at intellectual work. I'm a lawyer, and so I'm very good at living up here. But what Tantra has done for me is really brought it all into my body. It's allowed me to embody the personal development, the spiritual work that I've done on the intellectual level, but really bring it home.
Most of us have locked down our bodies in order to handle modern life. And what Tantra does is it helps you to melt away the places where you've been tightening and holding back. And what you'll find is there's actually a much greater capacity for pleasure in all that you do than we allow ourselves to experience. It really takes the blinders off that we've been living life with.
I had been having some issues with sexual compatibility with my boyfriend.
Dave and I are not only life partners, but we're also business partners, and that can be challenging.
I wanted to have sex one way, and he wanted to have it a completely opposite way, and it was driving both of us insane.
What Tantra has done for us in that regard is it has given Dave an ability to handle my emotional fluctuations.
And there's a lot of fluctuations.
Right after our first private with Charu, we left and just couldn't stop staring in each other's eyes. It was this great, change in our relationship, and it's continued to change our relationship, and we're just getting started.
And the tools that we use in Tantra to support you in coming more deeply in contact with your body and really resensitizing you are really simple tools. We use breath, movement, sound, guided visualization, and partner practices.
I think Charu's great, and I think that she holds a space where people can feel confident enough to let go and also become centered enough in themselves that they can really open up to the person who's in front of them.
There was this one point where he touched me in a way that no man had ever touched me before, and it was just so healing.
As you become more aware, more in tune with your own body and with life, every single thing in your life changes. Your relationship to yourself, your relationship to your partners, your relationship to life, and your relationship to lovemaking.
The first Tantra class we did was quite early in our relationship. After that class, eye contact and just being close, holding her, and our physical, it made everything so much easier so quickly early in the relationship. It was very nice.
I'm often asked, how has Tantra changed the way I make love? It's opened up a part where sex is now more about a connection. It's not just about putting the two bodies together and just moving and moving until there's an explosion. The idea is I keep the energy in my body, and I can have multiple orgasms and not feel wiped out, and make love for really as long as I want to, and as many times during the day as I want to. There are really no limits.
A lot of the techniques that she has taught me and the strategies that she's taught me and the internal work that she's having me do, I apply not in just my sex life, but in my whole life. And that's what Tantra is really about. At least that's the way Charu teaches. It's about your whole life. So I've used it to be a better dad to my kids.
A lot of times someone who's single will come to me and they'll say, I can't wait to study Tantra, but I'm gonna wait until I have a partner. There couldn't be anything that's further from what you need in order to start this practice. It's important to do work on your own whether or not you are in a relationship. So I just want to make it really clear that if there's anyone out there who's waiting for that perfect relationship to get started with this, please don't. Dive in, get started now.
Coming in, I was carrying a lot of fear in me because I'm at a place in my life where a lot of new things are happening, but after tonight's event, I feel like, well, you know what, how are you gonna know unless you try?
I feel more open, and by open I mean more relaxed, more comfortable.
There are a lot of different ways to get started with your own Tantra practice. One of the ways is to do a home study course, so where the work actually comes to you and you get to practice on your own in your own time and have your own discoveries.
I have a crazy schedule. I'm all over the place. So home study was great because it was like I could download it to my iPod, listen to it while I was exercising. And that was also great because it was in the privacy of my home, so I could do the exercises in my own way and kind of experiment and find my way into what was comfortable.
And if you're wanting a little bit more support, you might want to join into a class or a workshop, and there are classes and workshops worldwide. And what's incredible about those experiences is that you have the dynamic of the group, and that can really enhance what's possible for you to experience. And then the other level, which is for people who are really dedicated and ready to devote themselves to learning more about this, is to work privately one-on-one with me. You can do that alone or with your partner. These are actually tailor-made to you and what you need in order to connect more deeply and get the most out of your tantric experience.
I would recommend Charu's programs, classes, and rituals, mainly because she creates a safe space.
You discover your inner truth, your fears, when you're closed, when you're hiding.
Just give it a try because it will absolutely, positively not only change your sex life, but change your whole life. Charu is the absolute best, period, over and out.
Looking forward to sharing my love for Tantra with you.